Hello there. Welcome back to the Legalpreneur Attorneys YouTube channel. I'm excited to dive into today's topic, which is number 38, providing free trainings, also known as webinars. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, get the free download. It's 99 ways to find your next client. This channel is dedicated to helping attorneys find their next clients and make sure you always have a steady stream of clients coming to you. So if you don't already have the download, click the link in the show notes and get that download now. It's completely free. So providing free trainings. This is number one, the way that I grew my law firm from 0 to over 400,000 my first year and to $1 million my second year. I have always been of the philosophy to provide as much value as possible for free, because I tell clients all the time, like, I'll teach you whatever you want to know about the legal stuff. And then when you want us to help you, that's where we make our money. I learned this from Ramit Sethi. I used to follow him like way back when. If you don't know who he is, he's the author of I Will Teach to Be Rich. He launched it and he released it in 2009. I bought it like right when he released it, before he wasn't as big as he is now. And I've followed him ever since. But I always remember him teaching that was, hey, provide as much free value up front, because that's how you're going to gain the trust of your customers. Because in order for somebody to buy from you, they have to know, like, and trust you. Getting that trust is not always easy. And the number one way to do that is to provide value. So make sure that you're providing as much value as possible. And a great way to do that is free trainings, free webinars. So for my firm with trademarks, we did a lot of free trainings, like how to file your own trademark, do you really need a trademark, topics like that. And then when we started our Legalpreneur membership, we just started teaching all about, I think our number one webinar was 5 steps to legally protect your business. I'm pretty sure that was the number one webinar. And we just constantly tested different topics, but people are like, we're in the information age. And so people want to learn. And of course they want as much for free as possible, which is annoying sometimes. But I've had people that were on our list for years before ever buying. But because we just kept providing that value, when they were ready, they came to us. And even now, we still have people signing up for the Legalpreneur membership, and they found me back when it was just me and the law firm. So don't be afraid to give value. The issue I see is so many attorneys are afraid to teach. They're afraid to give the information away. But at the end of the day, the person that's going to be the DIYer, the do-it-yourselfer, that's not your client anyway. But in the meantime, you're still going to capture other people that are your client when you are offering the free value, all the stuff that you give out for free, all the free information, the videos on TikTok or YouTube, wherever, all that free value, you're going to catch somebody in that. Yes, there's going to be plenty of people that just want the free stuff. And that's okay, because eventually, hopefully, one day they'll come back. And if not, it's all right. You're still building an audience. So don't be afraid to give the information away. Free trainings. There is a very structured way to do a webinar to master it for sales. I personally learned from Amy Porterfield. So right now she has DCA, Digital Course Academy. I think she launches it once a year, maybe twice a year. But before that, she had a program called Webinars That Convert. I bought that. That's how I learned how to do webinars. But I know there's plenty of programs out there. And I'm not going to say webinars are the only way to do it. So many ways to do it. And obviously I'm diving into different ways. But this video here is just about trainings, webinars. And make sure that you are actually structuring the webinar or the training, whatever you want to call it, the masterclass, you're structuring it in that specific way for sales. Like, there's a certain structure of the slides. It should be about a 60 to 90 minute training. I always do Q&A at the end, but there's probably going to be like 90 to 100 slides. There's that many. And don't think you have to get this done overnight. And you guys, it took us years to perfect it. Like it's so funny looking at like old slides and old trainings that we did. So don't think you're going to be perfect on the first time. You just got to get started. You just got to get started. Like everything that we're doing, even raising money, looking at our first like investor slide deck versus now, it's like, oh my gosh, that's so embarrassing. But you have to get started or else you're never going to get better. So if you need help with webinars, like if you have specific questions, feel free to reach out. But make sure you are actually doing the slides to really position yourself for sales, because there is a method to the madness, I promise. I know, like the first slides, you really want to introduce yourself, establish yourself as the expert, then tell them exactly what they're going to be learning, because they want to have concrete expectations. You want to make sure they know what they're going to learn. And then you teach them what they came to learn. And then you slowly transition into the offer, and then really just build onto that offer, and then a Q&A, and overcome objections within the Q&A and within the offer section. So there is a method to the madness when it comes to webinars, master classes, trainings. Make sure you invest to know that you're doing it the right way. And if you don't get any sales the first time, don't worry about it. Like, just keep getting better. We've got our numbers down to a science. So these days, if we do a webinar, we try not to do that many anymore, because they take a lot out of you. But they are, like, I can't tell you, we've had multiple 6-figure launches with the Legalpreneur membership with webinars. So 100% they work. But they take a lot out of you. So for me, when I do them, I'm normally doing 2 or 3 within a 1 or 2 day span. And so it's a lot of energy. And yeah, they work, but they're not easy. So I do suggest perfecting them, getting started with them if you really want to grow and scale your firm, because they do work. Let me know if you have questions. I'm happy to help where I can. And let me know, is any of this stuff working? What have you applied to your own business, to your own firm so far? What's worked? What's not worked? Make sure you keep going. And if you've tried anything on the 99 ways that I haven't done a video about, I would love to hear from you. Let me know what you did, what worked. And I'll see y'all next week.